Atticus crept around the northern corner of this, and I don't know what this is, coal or what, but...
It's coal!
All right. Coal, and there's probably just some, like, refuse on the floor. When Atticus, like, rounded the corner, Velvet was just straight up eating whatever the fuck this is. And then after Atticus saw that, she's just like, stopped. And then kind of, like, waited for him to leave. Then took off her gloves and has like been grabbing coal and disappearing it repeatedly. And then Glamia comes around the corner and she's kind of too embarrassed to continue, but also like too embarrassed to stand up and stop and own it.
He sees you doing that and he just kind of leans back over to look at the rest of the group. And then he hustles over to you and pulls out a small bag. Quick, go.
Shovels them like a squirrel with a bunch of nuts.
It's like watching a waiter come up to a table that the people have left and eating the fries that are left on the place.
It's more like watching a waiter walk up, there's a plate of fries, and he like picks up the fork and bites half of it off.
Velvet and Glamia, you hear some footfalls around the corner.
Oh my god. All right. Velvet closes up the bag and dusts herself off. She's like, ah, shit, that was coal, damn it. She looks terrible now.
Ooh, did you trip and fall or something? I can yell at someone for that.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. She kept her parasol clean, which is all she cares about.
I'm sorry, I wanted the in-character say they didn't put up a whoop floop sign.
How dare they!
That didn't happen.
Looking at this garbage here, is there any moss on it at all?
No, not really, actually.
Not anymore, burp.
It's like what they've been throwing apparently in this pizza oven, like appears to be just debris, I guess, from the God, I guess, Sprout, you'd know this, actually. Evacuation protocol. If anyone has, like, if there are any hoarders or people who have, like, a lot of just, like, refuse in their house, and they're actually struggling to get rid of it all, and, like, a lot of this is, like, destroyed bookcases or whatever, the RNAians have to drag it over here and burn it. Like, they have to.
Sprout flips to the page and shows Celine.
Oh, look at that. Thank you. That's very informative.
It goes back to flipping through the pages. The antennae flips back and forth.
No. Could have made so many pizzas in that oven. Zachariah mutters as he passes. You pass by what's clearly like a Velvet, you'd recognize it. It's an apothecary or an alchemist's hut. Like, you can see bottles, like large and almost comical bottles adorning the walls. However, nobody appears to be in.
Velvet notes that mentally and walks by, and she's like, before she puts her nice gloves back on, you know how if you eat a bunch of Cheetos or Doritos, you get that orange shit all over your fingers? Coal and coal dust are the Doritos of rocks. So,
there's the quote of the night.
So she like looks over, you just licking your fingers, and just like cocks an eyebrow.
She doesn't lick them. She puts them in her mouth and pulls them out, and there is just like no saliva whatsoever, but they're perfectly clean. And then she puts the glove back on.
Did you eat something?
No.
So,
you see Juliet writing something in a book.
Speaking of eating, you keep mentioning pizzas. Is that like a kind of bread?
Ooh, it's a dish that's all the rage in Bluebell. You'd love it.
What's in it?
It's a construction of cheese and bread, and there's some tomato sauce on it. And the most wondrous thing, you can put whatever topping you'd like on it.
Mm-hmm.
And
you can go
the important thing is, oh yes, the important thing is you choose exactly what flavor and what shape your pizza takes. Anyone who would judge another based on the shape of their pizza is no better than a monster. Zachariah says,
sounds serious.
Wandering forward.
You had
What
me
about
at
the
construction.
What about the toppings? What if they judge that? Velvet says, cartoon thought bubble, rock pizza.
No, that's the thing that you could put, well, shape of the pizza, the toppings on the pizza, whatever, form it takes, that's your pizza. That's the importance of free pizza. Free love.
I just envision him, like, looking away, strong breeze. Well, when it's your pizza, it turns around, wind blows, tear in his eye. It's your pizza. Very, like, anime sunset behind him.
Twinkle behind the eye.
Do you have any preferences?
Yes, actually, numerous, but this, by the way, motions over with his head. Town Hall. It'd be a nice place to eat if, once again, the oven wasn't shut down. No, personally, I like on my pizza. I like a collection of, oh no. I just gave this big speech about how you should be free to choose your own toppings, etc., etc. I'm going to disgust you all by saying I enjoy pear on mine.
Huh. Interesting.
Really? Nothing?
Well, I mean, like, the only thing that I would worry about is, like, wouldn't it make it, like, a little sloppy?
No, you throw it on immediately after you finish, like, cooking it. Where'd you go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Velvet really likes that sort of stuff.
There's a fairy circle.
There is.
Oh, Juliet is here.
Oh, the fairy.
Are you superstitious at all?
No, I just like fairy circles.
Wait, but this one doesn't have a big boulder to stop the giant fey creature from coming out at night.
Oh, well, she's right there, so it's too late.
The Green Man.
No, I didn't think the Windrose were particularly a superstitious lot, but for the life of me, I've seen a lot of fairy circles and other, let's say traditionally enchanted areas and symbols. I don't know if there are any practitioners of the old magic around, but you find these places, I guess.
We weren't in the woods for very long the last couple days, but we ran into a lot of weird stuff, so I wouldn't blame anybody. Velvet picked some mushrooms.
And we didn't even get to interact with that giant thing.
I'm glad we didn't. That thing looked powerful.
Did look a little scary, yeah.
The second you leave the beaten path, you tend to find some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Atticus thinks of the ghost dummy for a second.
Velvet thinks of Atticus, actually.
I wonder if I'm liked in this side of town. Are these heralds goons or... No, actually. He wanders out. Greetings, salutations. I'm, Captain Zachariah of the security team. Hey. Like waves. The guards actually look over to him and nod. You notice that they have a different badge on their lapel.
Oh.
They're with the architecture department. Not sure what they're doing here, but they're less hostile, actually.
Maybe they're building that housing development?
That's normally where they're around. It's surprising to see them out this far.
Is it apparent what they're guarding standing along this road?
No, actually, they're not really guarding anything. They're sort of helping people move out, surprisingly. I wonder if it's gotten bad enough that they need to call in the architecture department. Oh well. It's not my problem. Oh, it is my problem. What am I saying? Like, looks up, smacks himself in the head. I'm not going to deal with that now. Okay, last stop on the Coma Tour.
God, that's just depressing.
It's better than it not being the last stop on the Coma Tour.
I mean, you're not wrong. I won't argue that, but all the same, just...
It's another one of these where they put the plants in a row. But there's no... Oh no, they're gonna get eaten by the crows.
Celine, as you pass Juliet, you hear under her breath, Pickle fun.
So, are you guys going inside?
Yeah.
Or are you
sorry, is this the house?
outside?
I thought we were still walking.
This is the tiny little house.
It's a small little place.
We'll give her a pickle.
Oh my god, I have the pickle!
There's one pickle plant with no pickles, and if you put it there, a Korok appears and gives you a seed.
Yeah, I don't think I ate my pickle.
No, you didn't. You still got
You just have a pickle in your pockets.
Seriously, you just have a pickle in your tickle.
Celine reaches into her bag and pulls out a pickle. Did you want one?
Is that your last one?
Well, yeah, but I'm honestly not a big pickle fan.
She has a look on her face for half a second that, like, could be considered confusion. Okay. She just takes it.
There you go. Consider that a thank you for assisting me earlier.
She doesn't say anything. She's trying to remember what she did.
She just
I
burrows
jumped-
into the ground.
I jumped off the roof and you caught me. So thanks.
Sprout draws a
You're not
pickle.
getting any further here.
Celine just looks at a Sprout.
Yeah, he draws a little pickle next to the picture that she drew of her, and then like put a little heart above the pickle.
She points to it and nods.
Atticus and Velvet, what are you guys doing?
Atticus is taking a look at the eastern face of the building to see if he can compare the moss with his magnetic readings and get a fix on the direction from here.
Okay, fantastic. You guys are in investigation mode. You can go inside this building, by the way. It is like there's an interior. Yeah, you take a look around the outside, Atticus, and the moss buildup is so much more on this building than anywhere else, actually. It seems like you guys have been keeping somewhat track of it. Celine's initial conclusion was right. As you seem to travel in this direction, both north and east, you seem to be picking up more and more moss on all the objects. It's on.
Is there by chance any on the pickles?
We're going to have to dive into the case by
First,
diving
you'll
into
have
the
to
brine.
get it back from me,
Shut up,
the
Jello.
pickle plunderer.
Yeah, you got
Okay,
it.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Stop
Yeah, you take a look.
gherking me around.
Shut up.
God damn it. Yeah, taking a look at these very important cucumbers, actually, there's less on these than anywhere else, and it seems incongruous with the surroundings. Zachariah, sees you paying attention to the cucumbers, weirdly enough, and then, wanders over. You find something with the gherkins?
Maybe? It's weird. So there is a little bit of moss on this, but not nearly as much as I would have expected. Hold on, that makes me wonder. Running over to this tree, I assume there's some moss on the trunk,
Yeah.
but what
Oh,
about
yeah.
the leaves?
Yeah, no, there's some on the leaves, too. It seems like the cucumbers themselves are special?
What the hell?
Velvet walks over and looks at the pickle barrels.
They are full of untainted pickles, actually. Okay, so you take a look around the cucumber patch, I guess, and you notice a few big, almost like ugly holes driven into the ground over here, Velvet, as you passed.
The ugly holes.
Yeah, no, they don't seem to really match with the rest of the farm at all. They're these big dug up, if you had to guess, something was probably buried here the size of like a beer keg.
Oh. That's weird. Velvet plucks a cucumber and snaps it in half to see if the inside is like I don't know, they absorb rainbow moss and they sparkle or something.
They do not. However, this does seem like a bigger, healthier, and heartier cucumber than you're used to.
I wonder if there's some kind of experimental moss crop thing going on, and it makes super cucumbers. But at
Oh, you're
what
talking
cost?
Are you talking about what the engineers were futzing with the other day?
Were they making super cucumbers?
I don't know what they do here. No. I had to wake up early. It was a pain in the ass and let a bunch of engineers in to dig up some, I don't know, horticulture project or something.
Celine leans over. Language, your nephew's nearby. Not to mention, yeah, I noticed that these cucumbers were pretty huge. They're huge cumbers.
Nice, nailed it.
Thank you.
Yeah, the other day I had to let a few engineers in to dig up some filtration device or something that was in here. I don't know, horticulture department, not my problem, but it was my problem because I had to oversee them the entire time. And let me tell you, waking up that early in the morning, pain in the...
Is it still around? Man, I would love to study some tech for making plants not in the desert, because I've only seen hydroponics before.
They loaded those up a few days ago on trucks and drove them out, I'm afraid.
This is like right next to the compound, right?
It's close. It's pretty damn close.
These filtration systems, what do they do precisely? Do you know?
No, actually, they were placed around. I don't know. It has something to do with what the deal the horticulture department struck with Bounty. Bounty is allowed to sell at a pretty decent taxation rate to Bluebell if they install these devices, and so long as those devices are installed, all the vegetables grow up big and strong.
You will get the largest cucumbers, but at what cost to your people? I am the CEO of Pickles.
Might as well check the inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the door where Velvet is, or where
Atticus is by the door. That is a wall.
Coming
Sorry.
in, shatter.
Might as well check the inside. Just rips the wall off the building.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
I can do that for you.
That's the wrong house, Juliet.
My house now.
You all go inside the pickle house.
The pickle hut.
This
Hey,
guy.
I'm unconscious. Oh.
This guy's totally unrelated. He just ate a bunch of pickles and passed out.
Down in a shed.
I say that as a joke, and then I remember that one Tumblr eating a fuck ton of pickles story, and I immediately regret it.
Okay, you walk around the various pickles in here. They're not covered in the moss, but yeah, no, looking around this room, the level of moss in here is pretty unacceptable compared to the rest of the town. You've been to two houses where the amount was low. In here, it's bad.
This is gross.
Yeah, this is awful.
What? This isn't even a bed. This man
It is
lives
not.
like a horse and eats like a pickle monger. I feel like I'm gonna find more problems than just Tacoma with him. I'll give it a shot.
This man's bed gave him tetanus.
Can I cure the pickle man?
Yeah, no, God, you know how vitamin C cures scurvy?
What cures
Little known
pickle?
fact, pickles cause the opposite problem. And taking a look at this guy, no, seriously suffering from a major overdose of picklage.
Horrendous. This man needs some he needs some more vitamin C to counteract the vitamin P. Atticus, do you have another lime a la the one you used to make the Sprout doll?
I just found that one lying around at Crossroads, but I might be able to, extrude some nutrients from these.
No, I don't think anything that can be found in a pickle will reverse this man's pickle blood.
You, Velvet, taking a look at him, you notice that sort of beneath his eyelids, like, you notice the slightest twitch. Apparently, he's in some pretty deep sleep, but his eyes, like, he's fully entered REM sleep, and it seems like he's dreaming about something.
Tell me your secrets, pickle man.
Almost, it's strange. He almost seems to, like, start for half a second, and, his head jerks towards the window, and his eyes don't snap open, but he quickly falls back.
Falls back how?
Like, just falls back down asleep. Like, dead tired. Doesn't die. And following like the general direction his body was pointed, you look out and over, and the position of this house, you almost thought he was like sort of like rising up and trying to throttle you or something, which admittedly, Velvet, you have dealt with an unconscious patient before who was, say, wounded in a knife fight, who thought that they were still fighting and you had to physically restrain them. So combat instincts kicked in for half a second, but it's clear that he was looking somewhere beyond you. You sort of take a look out and over, and admittedly to the right, there is that RNA district down there. But
Obsidian Tower.
Yeah, no. The direction this person's facing is that great construction that dwarfs the city, the Ebony Tower.
JRPG, all tower dungeons, all the time.
That's
You
not
got
a
it.
sewer.
What kind of Trails
That's the
game is this,
opposite.
you hack fraud?
Welcome to the tower sewer, where all garbage goes up.
It's a sewer that extends down, 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 only in small, circular, multiple basement levels. I call it the Anti-Tower, where you can find the CEO of Pickles!
Celine pokes her head out. Hey, Zachariah,
Yeah.
what is the Ebony Tower again?
Ebony Tower's a bank.
What?
Does it have a big shiny vault where they hold special valuable things?
Celine vibrates.
Yeah, actually. No, like, a lot of the more valuable goods from the town were stored up in there because, well, we don't exactly trust. There's some infighting amongst the departments. The security force has been using that place as sort of a storage ground. What doesn't go to the RNA district goes up there. Why?
We're beginning to have suspicions of...
I think that's the epicenter of the, well, for lack of a better word, the fallout.
As he looks up to you and like actually looks pretty surprised. I'm gonna jump you back outside.
Velvet closes this guy's windows before they leave.
Oh, as you start to like brace the window shut, first it echoes from outside, then Zachariah actually he's been sitting just like watching the cucumbers. He looks down and pulls out a phone. Sorry, I've gotta take this. He takes a few steps away and goes, hello? And, something... weirdly, at the same exact moment, Celine, something that you've been waiting for days to happen for days occurs, and your own phone begins to buzz inside. And there's, for a split second, there's a horrible sort of like ringing, echoing sound. And Zachariah like puts his like hand up to his ear. Sorry, that's my fault. I forgot we can't be too close. Ooh, you take your call in there. I'll go somewhere else.
Sorry.
Have a good day. Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
He actually runs. Like, he runs away and the ringing sound begins to die down. Atticus, you know that this is because phones are a little inaccurate right now, and if you have an active call, like, basically, imagine signals trying to find a destination on the ground. Two signals at once going to the same place has a tendency to really mess up electronics. So, on the off chance that two people are called simultaneously, a lot of frustrating stuff happens. It's unfortunately a limitation of the sales system.
So am I actually getting a call, or is it just
You're actually getting a call. You take a look down, and your heart jumps into your throat for a few seconds as you see a collection of letters printed across the caller ID on the front. Adderstone.